I'm gonna review this now. It's been almost 3 weeks, and I've been really busy, but that's all gone and away now, so it's time to review the Robot Damacy Sazabi, and this is a huge box. It's very overwhelming. Compared to the Robot Damacy Gundam Sandrock Custom, ginormous. It is ginormous. Look at that. Wow. So I guess the big question is, does the Sazabi live up to the hype of what you get and the Robot Damacy name and brand and everything? I'm about to tell you. I'm going to show you everything, articulation, accessories. I don't have the extended MSIA Sazabi anymore, but I remember everything about it, and I'll compare it with the Robot Damacy version. So let's go ahead and crack the box open and get into the review. I'd hate to say it, but looking at the figure out of the box when it's still in the nice little clear clamshell here, it doesn't look like you get too many accessories. There's kind of a lot going on with the Sazabi, and I'm going to try and get through it as best I can within a short amount of time, because I don't want this video to go on and on. So anyway, starting from the bottom up. We'll go with the legs, the toes, of course. Now you can get a little bit of a bend in the toes going upward but not downward, so that's pretty cool. You get 1, 2, 3 points of articulation in the ankle itself. Now there's a ball joint connecting the foot, or the whole foot and the ankle, to the upper portion of the leg armor, and that allows the foot to go like this. Very nice. And then you get 2 pieces of articulation in the ankle right there, you can see it. Allows the foot to go like this and move up like this. Although there you go. Had to work out the bend there. So a lot of articulation in the foot alone. In the knees, and I'm showing you the articulation in the skirt armor as well. You get double joints in the knee. Very cool. You can see the inside, a little bit of gray. Nothing too articulated, or not articulated, detailed. The legs can move around a ball joint, it looks like. But it looks like just like an insert peg. But anyways, it can move around like this. It can't really kick outward, and it can't really kick back too far, and because the back skirt armor gets in the way. Forward, you can kick up about that high. And that's going to pretty much do it for the legs. Now the skirt armor, it's all separated up in the front and on the sides. You got ball joints holding them in. But the back skirt armor is pretty much standing still. Yeah, that doesn't want to move. Put those all down. Moving up, you see that big space in the torso there, connecting the legs to the bottom portion of the body. Kind of a big gap. I don't like that, but you can see the articulation of the ball joint. So it can move up and down. It can go 360 if you want. There's a second point of articulation as well in the upper portion of the torso, and it can allow the Sazabi to bend forward just a little bit more. You don't really notice it, but it's just there. Moving on to the arms, you can go 360, like so. Move the arms outward. The hands are ball joints, so 360 and a lot of range of movement there. The forearms can actually swivel a little bit, so you can have them like this or like this, depending on your preference. The armor on the shoulders has thrusters that move out like that. Not too crazy. I'm a little disappointed in the gap between the shoulder and the torso, but I guess that's just to pull off this little piece of articulation here. You can separate the shoulder from the torso itself to give you, I guess, much more range in just articulation. So it can bend forward like so. Can't really do that going back, but that's okay. Moving on to the backpack, just to get that out of the way now. The thruster pods, they are inserts, ball joints, but they weren't separated in the package. They were actually already in there. Then you get the funnel pods. 2 points of articulation there. Hinge and then swivel. They can move around like so. and go up and down. So not too complicated. Now these do open up, but there's no point because you don't get opened funnels. You just get these tube funnels and that's it. So a little bit of a downer. Last point of articulation is, of course, the head, and this is really interesting. Now there's 2 points of articulation. There's ball joint action going on, and then there's hinge action. The neck kind of bends upward like so, and then it reveals this big old open space. Really awkward looking. But then at the bottom where the neck actually connects to the torso, it's connected to your ball joint, and then it allows you to, you know, bend it all around. The head can't go 360 at all. And you know what? I may be wrong. There may be a third point of articulation. Yeah, now there you go. Now you can go 360. I never noticed that. So you get 3 points of articulation. 2 ball joints and 1 hinge. Hinge to move the head up and down, and the ball joints to basically give it all the rest of the articulation. So, pretty complicated figure, in my opinion. It's just a little too all over the place, but in any case, let's go ahead and get into the accessories. Accessories are pretty much the basics of what you would get for a Sazabi. Of course, for hands, you get 2 beam rifle holding hands, or weapon holding hands, trigger fingers, whatever you want to call them. 2 open palms for posing and whatnot. Very, very nice. And 2 beam saber holding hands. Speaking of beam sabers, you get a lot of beam weapons to begin with, and here they all are. Now to start, you get this deactive beam tomahawk. I don't know if that's the right name for the weapon. In any case, a really thin piece of plastic. Looks like it's sharp. It's not. You get 2 of these beam sabers, actual beam sabers, and the beams, the blades, there it goes, do pop off. I'd say watch out though, because the peg insert is a little thin. And when I was pulling these off, they were very stiff and wouldn't come out too easily, and that's what she said. Okay, so of course the beam tomahawk, well, why would it be called something like that? Because it can form beams around its blades to form a tomahawk, like so. This beam effect does not come out. It's one piece of plastic, but probably the best looking weapon of them all is the beam saber tomahawk thing. See, I don't know the name of this weapon. In any case, the effect part for the blade does look really nice, really clean and sharp and yellow. I like that a lot. Very different from the extended MSAA, which had it green for some reason. It wasn't like that in the movie. Another weapon is, of course, its rifle. Huge piece of plastic. Nothing moves on it. Nothing comes out. Compared to the extended, even though it's a robot Damacy and it would be expected for it to be bigger, this is a lot bigger. So it's ginormous. Getting a little bit of red piping right there. That's about it. Now for the shield, it's very cool. Ooh, it's a weird sound. You get this nice little sliding part for articulation. So you can move the shield up or down the forearm without moving the arm itself. Just a big piece of plastic, pretty much. And then you also get this part of the forearm armor that can go on either the left or the right arm, and it has ball joints on the side and bottom of it, and it's just used to attach to the mobile suit and then attach to the shield. So then you can move the shield up and down. So pretty cool. We saw that with the Shinanju. The last little accessory is this Robot Damacy attachment stand piece, and it's very funny that you get it because it's so tiny for the ginormous Sazabi. Yeah, makes no sense. So anyways, those are the accessories, and now I'll just show you some of these things on the mobile suit itself, and then go into final thoughts. I just wanted to show you guys how the forearm looks when you detach the forearm armor and put it in place the shield armor. Shield forearm combo armor. Anyways, you get this really ugly looking forearm after you take the shielding off right there. I just wanted to show that off, but it's a big old peg hole, and then you insert it, and then you're ready to go. One other thing I forgot to mention before moving on to the final showing of the figure, you can take one of these heat tomahawks or whatever you call them and actually place them inside the shield there and get a nice little beam shield combo going on. So pretty cool little thing to do. Of course, with the Sazabi, we've gotten that with the extended and the regular release MSIAs. But I'm glad that they have it in the Robot Damacy version as well. Here's a nice closer look of the Sazabi, up and down, before I give my final thoughts. Huge, huge mobile suit. Yeah, pretty big. Let's put the Sandrock next to it. Yeah, very big. Wow. And now for those all-important final thoughts. And you know, I tried not to show too much of a hand in my review of the Sazabi, looking at the articulation and accessories. I tried not to show you which way I was going to sway towards the end. And before I get into that, let's go into the positives. Now, the great thing about this figure is that there are many, many upgrades compared to the extended MSIA version and, of course, the regular MSIA version for the articulation. Joints are where they should be. Articulation makes the figure more movable and just overall articulated. Compared to the other versions we've gotten, the figures were just too stiff, and when we tried to bend them certain ways, you know, the ball joints would just pop out and it just wouldn't work out. So that's really good that we have that now with the Sazabi, and so that works out really, really well. Let me just fix them there. Anyways, other positives would actually be the overall appearance of the Sazabi. It's a lot more brighter and vibrant compared to the extended MSIA, which was much more darker tone of red and just looked dirtier kind of. And then compared to the MSIA version, which kind of just seemed dull in its first release, and compared to its second release, just still kind of seemed too bright. This one is the nice perfect middle, and I really, really like that. Another thing is the overall just impressive sheer size and look of the figure. Now, I wanted this figure, I'm sorry I don't have my new Gundam out, to be overall overwhelming for the new Gundam. And when I compared them, and before I put the new Gundam away, it really did. It looks really, really impressive standing next to the new Gundam, and I was really happy about that. So I can't wait to get those fin funnel accessories for the new Gundam so I can have everything displayed and show it off to you guys. What else? That being said, it's a really nice release, and it wasn't too expensive, so that's also a plus. I was really happy about that because for the sheer size of the box and everything, I mean, it did cost me like a good arm and a leg, but for what I got, but overall I know it could have been a lot more. So with that being said, now we can go into the negatives, and unfortunately that's where this figure is going to get a lot of them. Yikes, that was poorly said. I'm just really disappointed in this figure overall. Now, the first thing I have to talk about are the lack of accessories. I know the Sazabi doesn't come with too many things, and there's not much in terms of accessories that it could come with extra. But when you compare it to the extended MSIA version, where we got a separate head that could be attached to it and such, I felt like when we got the Sazabi and we saw the freaking size of the box, we could have gotten a lot more. And it's really weird that they would get that size of a box for this figure when it could have easily been, you know, the backpack could have been separated and just fitted onto the back of the clamshell that the figure was inside, and overall make the size of the box much more smaller and slimmer. So the whole purpose of getting this figure into a giant box just seems irrelevant to me. It just seems like a waste of time, and that makes it overall more expensive for a person shipping it from Japan to America. So I didn't appreciate that. Another thing with accessories is that we didn't get those fin funnels, those open active fin funnels, or not fin funnels, but just overall funnels. Are they even called fin funnels? No, those funnels. They're just funnels. Excuse me, I forgot for a second. In any case, I really wish the Sazabi could have came with those. Another thing are, I'm really scared of these accessories breaking. That we have little attachment points for the beam saber blades, and not only that, like we have, come on, why is it doing that? That's just silly. That should just be all one solid piece of plastic. It's unfortunate, but if I had to say whether or not a person should get this, it's based on two things. If you're going to get this figure solo and not really be interested in the new Gundam or getting it with it, then I would say definitely just pass. It's not really worth it. I definitely would recommend the new Gundam from the extended MSA line much more than this version. But if you're getting the new Gundam and the new Gundam with its extended fin funnels and all that stuff, then I would kind of recommend it because you want to have that completion of a set, because they do all fit together and it just makes it all look nice. So, I mean, if you're one of those collectors, then definitely get it. If you're not, then I would just say pass on this figure, because the price and for what you get, it's at the same time worth it and then not worth it. You just feel like if you've had that experience with the MSI extended version, that you're missing something. So that was the biggest flaw for this figure for me. So I hope this review helped you guys. I hope I showed you a lot of it. Please hit like, dislike, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. And I will promise to have more stuff up for you very, very soon. Lots of stuff coming this month. So thanks for watching, you guys. Take care. Bye.